1965 Lincoln 1-cent penny. And guess what? This coin, with no mint mark, is worth an unbelievable $1.70 million. Now you might be asking yourself, how can a regular penny from 1965 be worth so much? Let's break it down. First off, the 1965 penny was produced by the U.S. Mint to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's legacy. But it's not just any regular penny. This particular coin is rare because it lacks the mint mark, which indicates where it was made. In 1965, the mint marks for pennies should have been placed either on the obverse or reverse of the coin, depending on the mint. But some 1965 pennies were released without any mint mark at all, making them incredibly rare. To understand why this penny is so valuable, we need to go back to 1965. That was a time of great change in the U.S. Mint. During the production of the 1965 pennies, there was a lot of confusion, and due to a mix-up in the production process, some of the pennies were struck without mint marks. This was an oversight, and by the time the error was realized, very few of these coins had been released into circulation. Only a small number of these 1965 no-mint mark pennies were ever minted, and that rarity is what gives them their incredible value today. So, how much can you sell one of these pennies for? Well, let's just say it's not your average penny. In recent years, a 1965 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in excellent condition has sold for up to $1.7 million at auction. That's right, millions of dollars for a single coin. Collectors and investors from all around the world are on the hunt for these rare coins. If you find one in your collection, it could be your ticket to a small fortune. Now you might be wondering how you can tell if you've got one of these million-dollar pennies. Here's what you need to look for. First, check the date. It should read 1965. Then, look closely near the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side of the penny. You should see no mint mark. This is the key feature that sets it apart from other coins. Be sure to check your penny's condition too. The better the condition, the higher the value. A penny in mint state can fetch much more than one that's worn out or damaged. If you think you've found a 1965 no mint mark penny, it's time to get it appraised. Don't just rush to sell it without understanding its full potential value. You might want to visit a professional coin appraiser or a reputable auction house to get an accurate estimate. Make sure to store your coin in a safe, secure place and protect it from damage, as the condition of the coin will directly affect its value. The market for rare coins is booming, and coins like the 1965 no-mint mark penny are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. People are paying top dollar for rare pieces of history, and you could be sitting on a gold mine without even realizing it. So, if you have a 1965 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, you might want to get it checked out. It could be worth millions. Even if you're not looking to sell, just knowing you're holding on to a piece of history that could change your life is pretty incredible. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more exciting coin discoveries. Who knows what other treasures you might have hidden in your collection? 1971 S mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin could be worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. So, you might be thinking, a 1971 penny? That's just a regular old coin, right? Well, not exactly. While most 1971 pennies are worth just 1 cent, there's a rare mint error that makes certain 1971 S pennies incredibly valuable. In fact, a 1971 S penny in pristine condition recently sold for over $1.3 million. Crazy, right? But how do you spot this rare coin? And what makes it so valuable? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1971 S penny was minted at the San Francisco Mint, which is where the S mint mark comes from. Now, most of these pennies were produced as standard coins, so they don't carry much value. But here's where it gets interesting. The rare version of this coin has a double die error. A double die error means that the coin was struck twice by the minting press, which caused the image on the penny to appear doubled, especially on the date and lettering. This misprint makes the coin highly sought after by collectors, and that's why it can fetch such a jaw-dropping price. Alright, now that you know the basics, let's talk about how to identify a 1971's double-die penny. Here's what to look for. Look closely at the date. You'll see a noticeable doubling effect. The numbers in 1971 will appear thicker or slightly shifted, especially in the top parts of the numbers. Examine the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. On the rare version, these letters will be doubled too. Condition matters. The more pristine the coin, the higher the value. Coins in mint condition can be worth hundreds of thousands, or even more. As you can see here, the regular 1971's penny looks just fine, but the double-die version shows off that noticeable doubling, making it stand out. Now I know some of you are probably wondering, okay, I think I have one of these rare pennies. How do I sell it for big money? Here's the step-by-step process for getting top dollar for your coin. Check your coin's condition. If it has a lot of wear and tear, it's not going to be worth much. But if it's in good condition, you're already in the right direction. Get your coin graded. You'll want to have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll assess its quality and certify that it's genuine. Find a trusted buyer or auction house. Once your coin is graded, you can either sell it to a reputable coin dealer or auction it at one of the big coin auctions where collectors from around the world will bid on it. Remember, auctions like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have sold rare coins for millions before, so don't be afraid to reach out to professionals who know what they're doing. So, to sum it all up, that humble 1971's penny sitting in your collection could be worth a fortune, up to $1.3 million if it has the rare double-die error. If you've got one, get it checked out, graded, and potentially sold for big money. It might just be the jackpot you've been waiting for. Whether you're 30 or 70 years old, it's never too late to cash in on your collection. So, keep looking, keep hunting, and you could be the next lucky coin collector to make a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more tips on rare coins, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. We'd love to hear your story. 1980 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and how this little piece of history is worth millions. Yes, millions. Stick around, because this might just be the treasure you've been searching for. Alright, let's break this down. If you've ever heard of the 1980 penny, you might just think of it as a regular coin from the 80s. But did you know that there's a rare mistake coin from that year that's worth up to $1.9 million? It's called the 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny, and it's one of the most sought-after coins in the world right now. Mint marks are typically placed on coins to indicate which U.S. mint facility produced them. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those made in other mints, like Denver or San Francisco, will have a D or S mark. So, what makes the 1980 penny with no mint mark so special? Well, in 1980, the Philadelphia Mint, for reasons still not fully understood, accidentally produced a batch of pennies without mint marks. These pennies were supposed to have no mint mark by default, as they were made in Philadelphia, but some of them slipped through the cracks without any mint mark at all. And that's what makes them incredibly rare and extremely valuable. Now, here's the kicker. The value of these coins isn't just due to the absence of the mint mark. It's the rarity. In fact, there are only a handful of known 1980 no mint mark pennies, and one of these coins was even sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. You're probably wondering, why is this little penny worth so much? Well, the rarity of these coins makes them a holy grail for collectors. Think about it, a coin that was supposed to have a mint mark, but doesn't? That makes it a real find. And when something is rare in the world of coin collecting, it's usually worth a lot. While most 1980 pennies you find in circulation are worth only 1 cent, this era coin can fetch millions. The exact price will depend on the condition, but even a penny in decent shape could sell for thousands of dollars. So, now that you know about the 1980 no mint mark penny's potential value, how do you check if you have one? Simple. Grab your 1980 pennies, get a magnifying glass, and start inspecting them. First, check for the absence of the mint mark. If you see no mint mark where it should be, congratulations, you've got a rare coin. But remember, it must also be in good condition to fetch a high value. The better the condition of the coin, the higher the value. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth much more than those that are worn down. Now that you know what to look for, you might be wondering, how do I sell this rare penny? Well, here's how you can cash in on your discovery. You want to find a reputable coin dealer or numismatist who can assess the value of your penny. Sometimes, the best way to get top dollar is through a reputable auction house, especially if your penny is in pristine condition. Websites like eBay can also be a great place to sell rare coins, but always make sure you're dealing with serious buyers. Just make sure to take good care of the coin while you're selling it. Coins in mint condition can lose value if they're scratched or damaged. So, there you have it. The 1980 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a must-have for serious collectors, and with just one of these rare pennies in your hands, you could be looking at millions of dollars. Remember, check your pennies carefully, and if you find one, make sure to get it appraised. Do you have any rare coins or know someone who might? Drop a comment below and let us know if you've found a hidden treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on more exciting coin news and tips. 1992 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard me right. This small penny could be worth millions of dollars. Let's dive into why this particular penny has taken the coin world by storm and how you might be sitting on a hidden treasure in your pocket right now. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on the latest coin finds and investment tips. Now you might be wondering, what makes a 1992 D penny so special? After all, pennies are just pennies, right? Well, not always. Let's break it down. In 1992, the US Mint produced billions of pennies. Most of them were just the standard copper-plated zinc pennies we've seen for decades. But here's the catch. There was a rare variety produced with a distinct error, an error that would go unnoticed by most people at the time. This is the coin that has since been dubbed the 1992 D Close AM penny. You're probably asking, what's so special about a Close AM penny? Well, in 1992, the design of the reverse of the coin was supposed to have a wide AM. The letters A and M in America were supposed to be spaced far apart. But due to a die error, a small number of these coins were struck with a close AM variety, where the letters are much closer together. So why is this penny worth so much? Well, it all comes down to rarity. Out of the billions of pennies made in 1992, only a small fraction were struck with this error. In fact, it's believed that fewer than 10 of these 1992 D Close AM pennies are known to exist. And that rarity is what's driving its value sky high. Now, let's talk about the money. As of recent auctions, a 1992 D Close AM penny has been valued at anywhere from $20,000 to over $1.80 million, depending on its condition and how well it's been preserved. That's right, this little coin could be worth millions. Can you imagine digging through your old change jar or going through your coin collection and finding one of these rare pennies? It could be life-changing money just waiting to be discovered. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare, valuable coins? It's simple, really, but you need to know what to look for. First, take a look at the reverse side of the penny. That's the side with the words E pluribus unum and America. Examine the space between the and the M in America. If the letters are close together, then you might just have a close AM penny. If the letters are spaced apart, that's the regular 1992 D penny, and unfortunately, not worth millions. Here's a side-by-side comparison for you. On the left, you'll see the wide AM, the letters are far apart. On the right, the close AM, notice how much closer those letters are. That's the key feature to look for. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about how to get your coin appraised and sold. First, get your coin professionally graded by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. The higher the grade, the more money it could potentially bring in at auction. Remember, condition is key. Coins in mint condition with little to no wear can fetch a lot more than those that are worn or scratched. Some of the highest graded examples of this 1992 D Close AM penny have sold for $1.8 million. But the condition, of course, made all the difference. If you're lucky enough to have a 1992 declosed AM penny in your collection, you'll want to get it appraised and auctioned off to the right buyers. There are several places you can sell your rare coin, including major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These buyers specialize in rare coins and can help you get the best value for your piece. Before you sell, make sure to research and consult experts so you can get the best possible price. And remember, the coin's rarity, condition, and documentation are all factors that determine its final value. So, do you have a 1992 declosed AM penny hiding in your collection? Or perhaps you have another rare coin that could be worth big bucks? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos on how to identify, appraise, and sell your valuable coins. You never know, your next coin could be the one that changes your life. 1994 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now you might be thinking, 1994? Isn't that just a regular penny? Well, buckle up, because this little coin has been known to sell for as much as $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. A 1994 penny, with no mint mark, can potentially be worth millions of dollars. But how did a seemingly ordinary penny become such a highly sought-after treasure? Let's break it down. First, if you're looking at a typical 1994 penny, it should have a mint mark under the date. That mint mark represents where it was struck: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 1994, some pennies came out of the US Mint without that important mint mark. And that mistake, that error, is exactly what makes the coin so valuable today. So, here's the thing. The 1994 penny was supposed to have a D mint mark for Denver or a P mint mark for Philadelphia, depending on where it was produced. But some of these pennies came out with no mint mark at all. It was an error at the mint, and when these coins entered circulation, no one knew just how rare they'd become. Why is this so important? Well, when a coin has a minting error, it becomes something of a collector's dream. People love finding these unique pieces of history, especially when they're in good condition. And, as you can imagine, a 1994 penny with no mint mark is extremely rare. So, what's this error worth today? In 2015, a 1994 no mint mark penny was sold at auction for a staggering $1.3 million. That's right, one coin, $1.3 million. And while this is the highest price ever paid for one of these coins, they've still been fetching impressive prices in the market today. If you've got a 1994 penny without a mint mark tucked away in a drawer somewhere, it could be worth a lot more than you think. The current market value for a 1994 no mint mark penny, in good condition, is anywhere between $10,000 to $50,000. But the higher the quality and the rarer the condition, the higher the price could go. So, what do you do if you think you have one of these valuable pennies? First things first, make sure you're looking at a genuine 1994 penny with no mint mark. Look closely under the date. If there's no D or P mint mark, and the coin is in great condition, then it might just be time to get it appraised. Tip: take your coin to a reputable coin dealer or a numismatist for an expert evaluation. A professional will know exactly what to look for and can help you determine if it's a genuine error or just a worn-out coin. Now, if you're one of the lucky few who finds one of these rare pennies in your collection, don't hesitate. The market for rare coins is constantly evolving, so get it checked out, and you could walk away with a small fortune. 1998 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. But hold on, before you rush to check your change, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Let's break it down. Now, most of us have seen a ton of pennies in our lifetime, right? But what if I told you that a specific 1998 penny, without a mint mark, could be worth a whopping $1.5 million or more in today's market? You might think I'm crazy, but trust me, this is the real deal. In fact, there are recent auctions where these rare coins are fetching jaw-dropping prices. Let's start by understanding why this penny is so valuable. Normally, each US coin is stamped with a mint mark, which indicates which US mint facility produced it. In 1998, there were supposed to be mint marks on all pennies, D for Denver, or P for Philadelphia. But something very rare happened that year. Some 1998 pennies, like this one, were struck without any mint mark at all. This mistake wasn't noticed by many at first, but over the years, collectors started to realize the true rarity of these coins. And when you find one in mint condition, well, that's when the big bucks come in. So, how much is your 1998 penny actually worth? Well, it depends on its condition. If you have one in perfect, uncirculated condition, it could fetch over $1 million at auction. But if it's a little worn or has some damage, it still holds significant value, often ranging anywhere from a few thousand to tens of thousands of dollars. To give you an example, in recent years, a 1998 no-mint mark penny in mint state was sold for $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million. And that's not a one-off. Coins like this have been fetching prices in the six-figure range on a regular basis. So, what does this mean for you? If you have a 1998 penny with no mint mark just lying around, it could be your ticket to a small fortune. But, and here's the important part, condition is key. You'll want to have it professionally graded to see exactly how much it's worth. Coins that are in uncirculated or near perfect condition, graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will have the best chance of reaching top dollar. But even if your penny isn't flawless, it could still bring in some serious cash. Now, before you go checking every penny you have, just remember, this rare 1998 no-mint mark penny isn't something you'll find every day. But if you do, it could turn out to be worth far more than you ever imagined. To help you get started, here are some tips for finding valuable coins. First, check for unusual characteristics, missing mint marks, double dies, off-center strikes, or other errors. Second, always check the condition. Coins in mint or near mint state are worth a lot more. And third, get your rare coins professionally appraised and graded before selling. This can dramatically increase their value. Some of the world's most valuable coins were once sitting in people's change jars, unnoticed. So, who knows? Your next big payday might be just 1 penny away. 2002 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This seemingly ordinary penny could be worth millions of dollars. And yes, you heard that right. Millions! But how is that even possible? And could you have one hiding in your coin jar? Stick around as we dive into the history, the rarity, and the huge potential value of this rare penny. So, let's break it down. Most pennies you'll see today have a mint mark, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But in 2002, some pennies were made without a mint mark at all, and that's what makes this coin so special. It's called the no mint mark penny. Why does this matter? Because there was an unusual mistake made during the minting process. In 2002, a batch of pennies was struck without the mint mark, and it was never intended to happen. This small mistake turned into one of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting. Here's what you're looking for: a 2002 penny with no mint mark located below the date. The mint mark is usually a small D or S in that spot, but in this case, nothing. Now you may be wondering, what makes this coin worth so much? Well, this is where things get really interesting. In 2018, a 2002 no mint mark penny was sold at auction for a staggering $1.90 million. That's right, $1.9 million. And this coin wasn't even in perfect condition. But because it's so rare, collectors went wild for it, and the price soared. Now you might be thinking, how can a penny be worth that much? The answer is simple: rarity, demand, and the fact that it was a mistake. These pennies weren't meant to exist, which makes them incredibly valuable to collectors who want a piece of history. 2002 was just the year when the error occurred, but you might be holding on to other rare pennies too. It's important to check the condition of the coin and confirm whether you've got the 2002 no mint mark version. Now, before you go digging through your old change jar, here's what you need to know. While this specific penny could be worth millions, not all 2002 no mint mark pennies are created equal. The condition matters a lot. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If your penny is in mint condition, like brand new, it could be worth a lot more. But if it's worn or damaged, the value will be much lower. A coin in excellent condition could fetch anywhere from $100,000 to over $1 million. If it's in poor condition, it's likely worth only a few $100s. So, how can you check if you've got one of these rare 2002 no mint mark pennies? Well, it's simple. Grab your magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and take a close look at the penny. If you see no mint mark under the date, congratulations. You might just have a valuable coin on your hands. But hold on. Before you run off to sell it, here's what you need to do next. Make sure to get the coin professionally graded by a certified coin grading service. This will help determine its true value, and whether it's worth millions, or just a nice little addition to your collection. Some trusted grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help you accurately assess the condition of your coin. So, if you think you've got a 2002 no mint mark penny, don't wait. Get it graded, and who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And if you have other rare coins lying around, it might be time to dust them off, because you could be holding on to a valuable piece of history. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any rare coins you want to know more about, leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to check it out. 2003 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth over $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.6 million. Let's dive into why this penny could make you a millionaire. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this 2003 penny so special? Well, most of the pennies you'll find from 2003 will have a mint mark right under the date. But here's the catch, some of them don't. This rare era penny was struck in the Philadelphia Mint, but somehow, it was missing its mint mark, and that's what makes it so valuable. Usually, the Philadelphia Mint issues coins without a mint mark, but in 2003, something went wrong. A small batch of pennies came out without the P mint mark, which was a huge mistake that turned into an incredible rarity. Coins with errors are always valuable, especially when they're one of a kind. But why is this penny worth $1.6 million? It's all about rarity and demand. Only a handful of these pennies exist, making them a holy grail for collectors. When a coin like this surfaces, collectors and investors are racing to get their hands on it because there just aren't many left in circulation. To put it simply, the fewer there are, the higher the price. And this particular penny is one of the most famous modern era coins. As time goes on, the value of this coin keeps going up. The first time this penny made headlines, it sold for over $200,000. But fast forward to today, and you can find one going for millions in auctions. The last known sale hit an incredible $1.6 million, and that's not even the top price this penny could fetch in the future. If you have one of these hidden in your coin jar, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's talk about how you can identify this rare coin. It's actually pretty simple. First, check the date. It should read 2003. Then, flip it over and look for the mint mark under the word E pluribus unum. If you don't see a P, that's your clue. It's important to note that this error isn't something that happens with every 2003 penny, so if you don't see a missing mint mark, don't get discouraged. But if you do find one, congratulations, you've got yourself a potential gold mine. So, let's say you have this penny, and you're wondering how to sell it. The good news is, there are plenty of ways to cash in on this rare find. You can take it to professional coin dealers, auction houses, or even try listing it on sites like eBay. But if you want to make sure you're getting top dollar for it, working with a reputable coin appraiser or auction house is key. Auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are known for handling high-value coins, and they often attract buyers who are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds like this one. Remember, this isn't the only coin out there with hidden value. Coins from the 1960s, 1970s, and even 1980s could be worth a fortune if they have errors, rare features, or unique characteristics. So, never underestimate the value of your change. You could be holding on to something much more valuable than you think. If you've got old pennies, nickels, dimes, or even quarters, it's time to start checking them closely. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on rare coins and how to make money off your collection, hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And don't forget to ring that bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. Good luck with your coin hunting, and who knows, the next big jackpot could be in your pocket. 2008 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that could make you thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Yes, you heard me right, millions. So, let's break it down. This little penny may seem ordinary, but it's a rare mistake coin. In 2008, most pennies had the mint mark stamped on them, showing whether they were made in Philadelphia or Denver. But some of these pennies slipped through the cracks without a mint mark. And that's where the magic happens. When a coin doesn't have the mint mark, collectors go crazy, because it's a flaw, and flaws in rare coins often make them extremely valuable. So if you have one of these 2008 Lincoln pennies with no mint mark, it's time to start paying attention. These coins are rarer than you think. Now you might be thinking, okay, so it's rare, but how much is it worth? Well, this penny, this one specific 2008 no mint mark Lincoln penny, has sold at auctions for as much as $1.8 million. That's right, a single penny worth more than a house in some parts of the country. This particular penny was discovered in a collection of coins and was graded as being in mint condition. But even if yours isn't flawless, don't fret. These pennies can still bring in significant money if they're in good shape. Now, let's talk about how to figure out if your 2008 penny is the real deal. Here's what you need to check. Look for the lack of a mint mark. As we mentioned earlier, most pennies made in 2008 had a mint mark, so if there isn't one, you're off to a great start. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. Look for signs of wear or damage. This can reduce the value. A professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC, can assess your coin's condition and certify its value. So, let's say you've got one of these coins, or you're wondering if you have any others that could be worth big money. How do you sell them for the highest price? Well, I've got a few tips for you. Websites like eBay and Heritage Auctions have become go-to places for selling rare coins. You can set your own reserve price or let the market decide. If you want to avoid the hassle of selling online, finding a trusted coin dealer can help. But make sure they're offering you a fair deal. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you learn about rare coins and their value, the better equipped you'll be to cash in on your treasures. The 2008 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny could be sitting in your drawer, and it could be worth millions. If you've learned something new today, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other valuable tips and tricks to turn your old coins into big money. Let me know in the comments if you found any rare coins yourself or if you're ready to start digging through your collections. 2016 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in the market right now. While most pennies have a mint mark that indicates where they were made, like D4 Denver or P4 Philadelphia, this particular penny was struck without any mint mark, and it's causing a buzz in the coin community. At first glance, this penny might look like just another copper coin, but don't be fooled. A 2016 penny with no mint mark is incredibly rare. You might be thinking, how could a penny be worth anything significant? But let me tell you, the value of this coin has skyrocketed to an astonishing $1.90 million. So why is it worth so much? Well, the answer is simple: rarity and a unique error. In 2016, the US Mint made a very rare mistake. A few pennies were produced without the mint mark, which usually tells us where the coin was made. It's believed that these coins were accidentally released into circulation due to a production error, and they've since become highly sought after by collectors. Now, if you're wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare coins? Let me guide you through the key features to look for. First, check the front of the penny where Abraham Lincoln is. If you don't see a P or D mint mark right next to the year, you might have one of these rare no mint mark pennies. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Besides the missing mint mark, these pennies also have the same classic design you're familiar with: Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But these little differences make all the impact on its value. How do I sell my rare coin for top dollar? Well, I've got you covered. First off, you'll want to make sure your coin is in good condition. The better the grade, the more money you can get. You might want to get your penny professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This gives buyers confidence that you have a genuine, valuable coin. Once it's graded, your penny can be listed at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, or even through online marketplaces like eBay, where rare coins are sold to collectors worldwide. Remember, if you've found one of these rare 2016 pennies, you're holding a true treasure that could potentially make you a millionaire. But even if you're not sure if you have this penny, take a good look through your old change, because other coins, like rare 1943 copper pennies, could also be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions. So check your old coins, get them appraised, and who knows? You could be sitting on a small fortune. And don't forget, I'm always here to help guide you through the world of coin collecting and coin selling. Hit that like button if you learned something new, and make sure to subscribe for more awesome tips on how to turn your pocket change into big money.